The road to the Kentucky Derby.
I'm Jill Byrne, and the road to the Kentucky Derby makes a stop at Oaklawn Park this weekend for the Rebel Stakes. Well, Oaklawn Park has had a huge impact on the Kentucky Derby. Let's see if the Rebel Stakes will once again. A great field lined up. Let's check in with some of the local horses first. And we're going to take a look at a race where two of the top contenders are coming out of, and that is the winner, Carve, and the second place horse, Entitled Contender. It's an allowance race right there at Oaklawn Park, 1 mile and a 16th. Big race for Carve for trainer Steve Asmussen, but Titled Contender, I think he can improve off of this effort. That was his second race off a long layoff coming up in the Rebel Stakes. I think you're going to see some improvement from Titled Contender. Carve, though, for Steve Asmussen, he's going to benefit from what could be a very strong pace in the Rebel Stakes. Well, trainer Dwayne Lucas sending out a couple of contenders. Will Take Charge coming out of the Southwest Stakes, where he maybe didn't like the sloppy track, but we're going to take a look at his very good win in the Smarty Jones over Texas Bling, who he faces again. Now, Will Take Charge, this was a good race. He battled hard in this race. He was actually wide on the first turn, so if he could return to this form, hopefully the track will be dry for him on Saturday. I think you'll see a much better effort from Will Take Charge. But the horse for Dwayne Lucas that I really like, I'm still very high on this colt, is Oxbow. He won the LeCompte Stakes down at the fairground easily, but to me, it was his fourth place finish in the Risen Star that was much more impressive. He was wide in the first turn, moved too soon, only gets beat maybe a half a length. He's training very well. He gets to stay home at Oaklawn, and he picks up the services of Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. Well, that takes us through the local horses. Let's look at some of the shippers coming in. Trainer Todd Pletcher, what would a prep race be on the Kentucky Derby without one of his contenders? And it is Delhomme coming in off a long layoff. Last we saw him was a third place effort in the Remsen Stakes. He has some speed. He's been training well in Florida, but this race is loaded with speed. He's going to have to figure out a trip. So Delhomme looking to get some valuable points on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Treasury Bill, the same thing. Now, Treasury Bill is coming out of a second in the San Vicente behind Shaking It Up. He's trying 2 turns for the first time. He's a son of Lemon Drop Kid. Should not be a problem with the distance. I thought his effort in the San Vicente was a strong performance. Well, Mr. Oaklawn himself, trainer Bob Baffert, he's sending 2 this time back to the track, and one is Den's Legacy. Now, this horse I kind of call Mr. Consistent. He is the most experienced. He's had 10 starts. He's always right there. Second in the R.B. Lewis, second in the Sham, third in the Cash Call Futurity. He'll be closing again in a race loaded with speed. He's sort of kind of the underdog horse, but he always gives you a great effort. But Super 99, what a performance he put on in the Southwest Stakes. A winner on the sloppy track that day, as easy as could be. We'll just have to see if he can maybe put that form over to a dry track if it's not wet. I really like this horse. He has just as much character as he does talent. So it's the Rebel Stakes. You can wager on the Rebel at twinspires.com, the official online wagering site of the Kentucky Derby.